a good boxer, a good fighter is a good dancer. I'm always thinking about that in connection to hip movement, to opening hips, to getting the hips to move in all the possible directions, rotations that the hip joints can move in. And this is particularly important in martial arts for the very simple reason that the primary driver of power in a punch, in a kick, is your hip. Okay, let's simplify it. Hip. Let's talk about it as one. It's actually two joints, one on each side. Let's simplify. Let's talk about our hips, not only about the joints, but let's talk about hips as all the components of it. So the joints, ligaments, tendons, and musculature in connection to the hip. All those elements that allow the hips to move in the way that they can move, potentially move. Realizing that, understanding that is very helpful to anyone that wants to develop mobility. It's fundamental to anyone that does martial arts. And it's a fun thing to realize. When you wake up to the fact that your hips are so essential for your practice in any sports, then you start valuing the experimentation, the fun engagement with the exploration of movements of your hips. Okay? So the value of dance, for example, in connection to martial arts can be understood from that perspective. The reason why you want to dance, learn to dance, practice dancing in connection to martial arts is partly related to hip mobility. And it's also partly related to being able to keep rhythm, sync to a specific rhythm when you are fighting. The other person you're meeting has a particular rhythm to their movements. And you want to be able to recognize them. So you have to be aware of those patterns, and then you have to be able to follow those patterns and sync to them. That is a skill. You have to have that sensibility, which is only developed through practice. But going back to mobility, to hip mobility, you want to consistently, day in, day out, mobilize the hips, especially in modern times, because we spend too much time sitting down in front of a computer, and that will tense up certain muscles that are connected to your hips, okay? And then you will make some muscles lazy. You will make some muscles not active just because they are flat down against the comfy surface of a couch or of an office chair, and you're not activating them. And so that becomes an issue when you have to stand up and go about your life in the real world. It becomes an issue when you want to perform in a sport. If some of the muscles in connection to your hips are overactive and others are asleep at the wheel, then you're going to have a posture that is not aligned. You're going to have a posture that is not conducive to efficiency in your movement. The tightness of certain muscles in connection to your hips and the laziness of others might lead and does lead to lumbar area pain. And no one likes that. That's one of the worst things. Back pain in general and lower back pain is so commonplace nowadays, considering our lifestyle, considering what we spend most time of our days doing. Then get to move those hips. Learn the different ways the hips can move. Dance, low intensity movement to a rhythm. And in that way, you're going to be not only entertained, you're going to have to maintain movement through periods of 3 to 5 minutes at a time. You're going to have to change pace and cadence and be playful with your mobility practice while developing then wider, broader, a freer hip mobility. Keep posture. Think intentionally about how you are sitting and how your spine is aligned. It has to have what we call a neutral alignment, respecting the natural curvatures of the spine. Think about an elegant posture. That's how dancers get those aesthetics behind what they do. If they keep posture, they know how their bodies are positioned, aligned. And you're gonna think about that. That will allow you to move better and have extended health span, extended quality of life. Go on and move and shake. Move and shake and enjoy life by having better hip mobility. Pecho a pecho, lado a lado, guaya la guira, lado a lado, cepilla, cepilla, guaya lo